Yo, welcome back to the live stream. It's your boy Tokyo Stoner and we are back in business. Today we're going to be taking a look at the burst skill trees, doing a quick breakdown of how it works and demonstrating the abilities. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the burst skill tree. This works the same as your beta skill tree, the one that you unlocked in the demo. But instead of pressing L1 and triangle, L1 square, X and circle, etc., now you press R1. So it's R1 triangle for descending break, R1 square for punishing edge, R1 circle for Tempest, and R1X for overdrive. These are really cool abilities. They have a whole new energy system. So yeah, we're gonna go through them one by one, and then at the end we'll do a demonstration of how they all work together. So yeah, first things first, we'll go with descending break. So this is like she jumps into the air. It's like an aerial kind of attack with some AoE to it. So over on this branch you get it increases the range, which I think is pretty cool, and then increases the damage and also the range. This is the most important, and I think if I was going to upgrade any of these skill trees, this is probably the one I'd do first. Descending break damages the enemy's balance, and then over here it knocks the enemy down, but it increases the amount of balance damage. So if this is fully upgraded, the balance is the little yellow diamonds underneath the enemy's health. If you hit it with this attack when it's fully upgraded, it removes 2 stacks. So up until now, the only other attack we've had that has the ability to remove damage is this quadruplet, and it would remove 1 stack. We now have an attack that can remove 2 stacks. So yeah, quick demonstration of this ability. Right, so if you look in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, you'll see there's a new energy meter there. I mean, it's kind of hard to see in this environment, where basically you got your health bar. Underneath that you got your shield. Above your health you've got BE, which is your beta, the blue one, and above that you've got your BU, which is the burst energy, the red ones. So right now we'll be demonstrating descending break, which is done by pressing R1 and triangle. Pretty cool. And if you pay attention to the enemy's health bar at the bottom, his balance, he actually lost 2 charges right there. Then now he only has 1 left. We'll hit him one more time. So now that his balance is completely gone, he's open for a retribution attack. So that's why that attack, in my opinion, is like so incredibly strong and like one of the best out of the bunch, and definitely worth upgrading early on. Right, so the next ability we're going to take a look at is Tempest. This one is more expensive than all of the others. If you notice, this one costs 3, this one costs 3, this one costs 3. The cost is shown underneath the name of the attack, just on the left hand side of the screen. They all cost 3. Tempest costs 4. So for whatever reason, this one is more expensive than the rest of the moves. Most likely, you know, hints that it's a bit stronger. But this is one of my favorites. This is a really cool attack to use, and it's got a really cool hidden ability as well, which is that, so when you upgrade it over here, you get, you know, an attack boost. And over here, it steals energy and recovers HP. So you get 1 small charge of burst energy and then like a small amount of HP back every time you use it if it's fully upgraded. But over here, this is the real magic of the move, shield break. So it deals additional damage to energy shields. And then over here, it gives it it's not really like a second hit, but it's a bit like a second hit, like this energy kind of blast at the end of it. And also shields take even more damage. Where on the original beta skill tree you would use triplet to do balance damage, and you would use shield breaker to do shield damage. With your burst attacks, descending break is the one that does your balance damage, and Tempest does your shield damage. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick demonstration of this attack right now. Right, so of all the burst attacks, this one is by far the most beautiful in my opinion, and yeah, let's pull it up. So it looks like you have to hold circle down to do this one, but you don't. You can just tap it once. It's just part of the animation. So yeah, this one is more expensive than all the others. It costs 4 burst energy rather than 3, and it's focused primarily on doing shield damage when it's fully upgraded. So if you combine this with the R1 triangle attack, then you've got a powerful shield breaker and a powerful balance breaker. So like 2 really strong moves. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, so the next attack we're going to take a look at is punishing edge. This is like a cool AoE attack move. It pushes back the enemies and it knocks enemies down. So yeah, if you go with this branch here, This is where you get the knockdown. And over here, this adds, just like how with the previous 2 attacks, there's like an energy kind of burst that comes off of it. If you upgrade it up to dual edge, then the red energy that she creates when she swings the sword around, it will also do damage to the enemies. Damage boost 1 just increases the damage, and damage boost 2 just gives it even further damage. So like I said, this one is not so blockbuster as the previous 2 attacks, but it's still pretty cool in its own way. It does pop much faster. The other 2 have a lot longer build up before the attack actually hits. This one hits pretty quick. So yeah, let's demonstrate. This one is binded to R1 and square. So you push R1 square to get the attack to trigger, and it costs 3 burst energy to perform it. Now we saved the best for last. Or at least what I'm pretty sure this is my favorite move in the entire game. I'm pretty sure. Overdrive. So yeah, here we go. Overdrive. I'll read the description. It says overloads the body with burst energy to increase melee attack power and attack speed. When you trigger this attack, you don't really do much damage, but your entire character is buffed. Your attack speed goes through the roof, and your damage is also increased. So I recommend upgrading this one pretty high early on, you know, depending on how much points you got. I focused this one down. So this one gives you higher attack power, and then this one increases the duration. So I think the attack power is cool, but for me it's the duration at the end that really makes a difference. Then down here, this stuff is like, this is the pinnacle of the tree right here. Gains higher attack speed when in overdrive, increases the duration, and gives you even more attack speed increase. So I mean, if you've got an attack speed build, which is something I'll be demonstrating in a different video on the channel, then like, why would you not want this? Do you get what I mean? It gives you even more attack speed, even more damage. So yeah, let's give a quick demonstration of how powerful this move is. So yeah, this attack is binded to R1 and X. You press R1 and X to get the state triggered. We're now in the overdrive state. You can see at the bottom of the screen there's an overdrive meter that's running down. And you'll notice our speed is greatly increased. And our damage is also increased. Right, so yeah, R1 and X to set the state off. Cool, we're in overdrive. Let's go. Right, so now that we've got a good demonstration of all 4 of the moves, let's just do a quick, you know, we're going to run up on this guy and just hit him with a whole bunch of stuff and just see how everything flows. These are just some of the best moves in the game, man. That's all it is. The remaining abilities that are to do with burst energy, they're over here. I mean, we'll go into deeper detail on these in a separate video, but basically you've got this counter chain 2, counter chain 1. You also have chain reflection 2 and chain reflection 1. Now the difference between those sets of attacks is that the chain reflections, these are tied to your perfect dodges. So when you if you get a perfect dodge to trigger, you can do, say, reflection 1, which is after the perfect dodge you hold square and then you press triangle and circle afterwards, and you'll launch this chain reflection 1. Here you do the same thing. After the perfect dodge you hold triangle, and then after that you press triangle and circle to get the attack to trigger. That's the one I'll be using because I like that attack. Right, up here these are tied to your parries. So here, if you get a perfect parry and you hold square and then press triangle, you'll get like a cool kind of ninja move, and you'll drop into a counter chain 1. Over here for counter 2, after perfect parry you hold triangle and then you launch into the counter chain 2. All right, cool. Let's hit some demonstrations. go. So that was counter chain 2. And that's counter chain 1. Now we're going to be demonstrating the burst attacks that come after doing a perfect dodge. So yeah, let's get into it. So that was chain reflection 2. And there's chain reflection 1. Yeah, so the chain reflections here performed after doing a perfect dodge by pressing triangle and circle after the appropriate reflection attack, and the chain counters, which are done after doing the appropriate counter, triangle and circle. These are your other hidden burst techniques, which are tied to your parry system and your dodge system. All of them are performed the same way. You press triangle and circle after performing the appropriate counter, and they all cost 3 burst energy. Exactly the same as your burst attacks. You notice they all cost 3, apart from Tempest, which we pointed out earlier, costs 4 energy. So yeah, that's a full breakdown. You got your descending break for your balance damage. You got your Tempest for your shield damage. You got your punishing edge, which is like a cool AoE attack that triggers quite quickly, not a long cooldown. I mean, not a long charge up, sorry. And then you've got overdrive, which completely transforms your character, gives you increased speed, increased damage. I mean, yeah, really cool stuff. And then over here, obviously, you've got your counter chain 1, counter chain 2 tied to your parries, and you've got your chain reflection 2, chain reflection 1, you know, tied to your perfect dodge system. Perfect dodge, it opens up this skill tree here. Burst energy recharge 1 and burst energy recharge 2. So the way that you recharge your burst energy is by performing perfect dodges. You with me? Now, perfect dodges are cool, but also you don't necessarily want to have your burst energy tied to defensive options, right? So the way that you can offensively recharge your burst energy is by using the beta chain technique. Beta chain is basically a technique whereby at the end of your combo, if you hold triangle, you'll do a charged attack. You'll know you've done it right because your sword's going to charge red when you do it. Yeah, and so up until now, I'd been using Onslaught 4 quite a lot because it's a very strong combo. Like, there's a lot of cool ones in here that are more situational, but as far as just straight damage and armor and poise and stuff, Onslaught 4. But now that the burst skill tree is unlocked and that we finally have access to, you know, the beta chain being able to generate burst energy for us, Onslaught 1 has become a much more powerful combo in my opinion, because you can use it to quickly transfer burst energy, beta energy over to burst energy. We'll do a quick demonstration now. Right, so what we're going to be demonstrating here is how you can use the beta chain technique to transfer beta energy across into burst energy. If you're unfamiliar with the beta chain, I guess you can consider this a demonstration of the beta chain technique in itself as well. So the way the technique works is, like I said, you hold triangle. So the last hit of your combo, you just hold it down. So first we're going to do triangle, triangle, triangle. So we're going to tap, tap, and then hold. And pay attention in the bottom left hand corner. You'll see the 1 beta energy is going to be used and it's going to transfer across to the burst energy section. Right, so 1, 2. I'm going to demonstrate a different combo. So this is Onslaught level 4. As you see, more burst energy. So if you take a look, you can see how when we started this demonstration, the beta energy was maxed out, the burst energy was way down at the bottom. Now that we've used a few beta chains, you can see that the burst energy is almost all the way up, right? So we're going to keep this going, and you're going to see that we can, like I said, you can aggressively recharge your burst energy by using this technique properly. And you can see there we got the full charge now, fully charged up burst energy. We lost 2.5 beta energy charges, but our burst energy is fully maxed up. So, you know, when you're just playing through the game, it does take a while to charge up your burst energy if you're not using this technique. So I think it's pretty worth putting in the video just so you can understand how to recharge the energy itself. So yeah, I hope you found the video useful. I hope you found it helpful. hype and describe, all of that good stuff. Links in the description. We're streaming the game on the channel, so like if you're enjoying the vibes and you like the video and all the rest, then like consider subscribing, notifications, all of that good stuff, and like you'll see us figuring out all of this stuff in the stream as we're playing the game, in real time. But anyway, you lot take care of yourselves, stay lit, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Peace.